a team leader who just says, hey, forget about it, new game. And that's always what we hear teams saying, just take it one game at a time, as Immunity only needs one more kill. That will be the end, and they're going to go up 2-1 in the series. And we're going to be going on to a Drift CTF. When we saw Straight Rippin' and Triggers downplay that game, very interesting. You saw how slow that game was played, and it really, just like on Relay, you have to be with your entire team if you're going to run that flag, and that's so demanding. These Halo players have to play so disciplined because everyone really wants to run off on their own, get a crazy personal ordnance, and get a bunch of kills, but that really won't do in CTF. In Infinity Slayer, it'll get you on the board, but it's not going to get you any flag caps in CTF.
Yeah, and so we'll take a look at the stats here. Anything standing out to you right now?
I say Voltage here, he went 22 and 11, going positive 11. Really nice job there from him, and also Buck57 on the other side of the board, going 17 and 13 for his team, but it was not enough. Immunity goes up 2-1. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Welcome back to MLG Dallas. You guys are checking out Team Europe versus Team Australia, Western Wolves versus Immunity. Immunity now up 2-0, and we're checking out what could be the last game of the series on a Drift CTF.
Yeah, and I think the Western Wolves really want to prove that they should have won that last CTF match.
Right.
I think they're going to come out guns blazing and hopefully take this game, but I do think Immunity has some great momentum on their side right now.
Yeah, and what it's going to come down to is really who capitalizes on those flag opportunities. I think Western Wolves could have had a few more flag caps in the last game. Now let's jump on board in gameplay. Now off the start, a Drift CTF, I'm going to expect the teams to play a little bit cautious because once again, you can't go down early and let that first flag cap go in because that's going to be a thorn in their side for the entire series. Now, not any surprises here. Almost all the players choosing DMRs immediately, and we are on board right now with Buck20 of the Western Wolves using a nice jetpack strategy. You can do right to top middle, and hopefully his teammates are also going to be joining him there, otherwise it won't do much. He challenges Heff immediately, somewhat surprising, just jumping out right there.
Yeah.
A little bit aggressive from Buck20.
Yeah, especially on a map like this, the hallways sort of segment you off, and going a player or two down can really affect where you can deny flanks. So this puts Immunity in a position to where they can really navigate the map more freely and get into these better positions to set up for flag caps.
Right, Buck20 redeeming himself and surveying the land before he decides to lift over. Finds no one, so he's going to try to go ahead and run up here, getting a little overzealous and excited, misses the staircase, but does find an enemy player in the base, now hiding behind these nice crates, which offer quite a bit of cover.
Yeah, nice little hide there as he spots Benno trying to hide at the same time. Gets that headshot on him, and he looks like he's just waiting for his team to move up, for them to get into position. Spots Voltage, trying to get sniper shots off on him, DMRs, and forces him to back down.
Right, and Voltage taking a page out of Snipe Down's book, sitting on that cannon landing. You can absolutely see both flags, which is super important. And I mean, if there's a player sitting over there who's good at sniping, it's dangerous the entire game. Not only are they watching your flag, they're watching their own flag. That's probably the one of the few times you've seen a position like that ever in a capture the flag map.
Yeah, and I actually really like that. I think it's going to be a really interesting position, and obviously a power position on the maps. And I'm just going to love when players like Formal and Snipe Down, like we saw earlier, get into those positions. It's going to lead for some really exciting moments.
Right, going to be an area on the map that is very important to deny. We're probably going to see a lot of pre-nading there, players lifting back to try to neutralize that player. So looking forward to seeing how that develops. But awesome that we see Snipe Down already taking advantage of that spot and that strategy being employed in more than just one game now. It looks like Immunity is going to have no problem getting this flag return, as they do have 2 players alive in that crate room. Now take a look at Ogre 1 of Immunity now hopping in here. It's so important to be able to use Jetpack to get up to this ledge from any place, because you can just sneak into the enemy flag or sneak back into your flag as long as you have the Jetpack from anywhere on the map.
Yep. So Benno from Immunity is going to be running this flag. Looks like Ogre 1 is going to try to stay on this landing and sort of deny these spawns. Get some nice nades on the flag carrier there. Wasn't able to take that 2v1.
Right, nice job. And I think that's also another power position that we've been finding, is those areas right there that you can just switch between a flag and top middle. And of course, if you can switch between your own flag and arguably the greatest power position on the map, that's where people want to be, is in limbo between that area. You can recover and get shields and then push back with your team. You can drop down. It's not a dead end. And I think I'm expecting to see a lot of players there as well. Heff trying to hit the no-scopes on Buck 20, staying alive for quite a while though, and his team's going to clean up that kill.
So it looks like we are looking at JC's point of view now, debating on whether or not to take that lift or the hallway in. Spots Heff looking the wrong way, able to get a few shots in him, but not able to take him down.
Look at JC not getting the plasma pistol.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, why would you not pick it up?
Right.
I think if you pick it up there and get on one of those landings, it puts you in a great position to deny enemy rushes off spawn. So if you're on their base's landing, you can help escort your flag with that plasma pistol and then turn around, and with that dexterity that we have now, pull off a faster noob combo kill. And obviously these things will come in time as players discover the game more.
Absolutely. I'm really surprised that a player would opt not to pick up the plasma pistol. I mean, it really is so quick, and if only to be used to take out enemy shield and then run away. There's so many uses. Nice job there with a no-scope beatdown from JC. Now he's sitting on this landing, does not hit the shot on Heff though. He has help, and they're going to need to choke this point right here, and it looks like they're going to be fine as FRAGBY pushes in as well. Going to try to get a flag touch on that. Nice job. One cleanup kill. Misses a shot on Voltage, but they will get that as well. Let's see if they can get this run. They do have an escort icon, but their flag did go down. They have 2 teammates here. Let's see if they can run that. Now that flag has 11 seconds before resetting.
Yep. And we're seeing, JC in this position where he is able to watch both flags. Just so good. And I like this move he's making here. I wish he kind of would have went more in that hall to sort of ensure this flag to go through, because now it looks like the flag is down.
Yeah, let's see. He does have 6 seconds left to touch that, but he's going to want to grab these rockets because those are ever important. Drops the sniper in favor of them, opting to not go for the T-squared combo. But going to instead try to get this flag touch here. Of course, has to be super careful, because if he picks up that flag, he cannot put it down. These grenades might kill him. But he does stay alive. That's important.
Oh, kills himself with the rockets.
Probably could have afforded to get a melee or there, or just at least stayed alive, because there's, look at this, two more players right here in that hallway. One rocket could have easily taken them out. That would not have been a problem. That likely would have led to that first flag cap. JC unfortunately taking himself out now. With 10 minutes left before sudden death, we are still 0-0. Western Wolves versus Immunity.
And I have to wonder if that's a scenario where he just wasn't expecting the rockets to have that much splash damage.
Right, certainly. Maybe he just meant to shoot at the ground, but instead hit his back. Definitely something like that. But I think they're going to be able to salvage this run. But there's a sniper sniping on the landing. That's Ogre 1. But look at how many guns are on him. There's no way he's going to stop this flag run. They do have a teammate who can grab this. And that they get the distraction medal, and they gain the lead. But Immunity pushing back, that's one thing they are definitely good at, Euphorics. The second you cap a flag on them, they are right back in your face.
Yeah, and we saw this play out on relay. Western Wolves taking an early lead, and then Immunity coming back, doing their thing. And I think the momentum, they seem to take a little while to adapt to the flow of the CTF, because, Ogre 1 is a classic Halo player.
Sure.
So he might just be adjusting to the pace, and then once he does, we might see him start to shine more.
Yeah, here's a room we talked about a little bit before. That room on a drift right there, this hallway has a very high ceiling. So when you do use the jetpack, you can avoid almost any grenade on the ground. I've seen that used quite a few times, so looking forward to seeing how players take advantage of that and more unconventional ways of utilizing the jetpack. So right now that flag is out for Immunity, and I'm surprised, Frank, we're not seeing that many flag pulls that try to throw the flag in an ideal area. Because you can't drop the flag, players are kind of doing either I'm running it or I'm not, and that's what we saw even from Snipe Down and Legit, who went 42 and 12. He would never pull that flag unless he had a teammate with him, which I think is a good idea, but I also think players might want to take a few more risks.
Yeah, they're definitely underestimating pacing those pistol shots and being able to defend themselves.
Sure.
I think they sort of see it more as a hindrance still, but that pistol can win one-on-one battles against the DMR, the BR, and even some of the closer range power weapons if you catch them at a medium distance. So I think if teams sort of have, if the enemy team has a few players down and you pull that flag, even if you're alone, you have a pretty good chance of winning those one-on-one
Will Ogre
battles.
One get the plasma pistol?
No
he
plasma
jetpacks
pistol.
over it. Instead, interesting to see that. No one is interested in that nor the Storm Rifle. Wouldn't be surprised if that changed slightly over the course of the weekend. Now Ogre One moving into this hallway position that we've been talking about pretty much all game. Excellent headshot there, and manages to stay alive. Will he finish it on FRAGBY? Oh, and he does get the zoomed-in double. Really nice job there from Ogre One. Playing conventional Halo, you saw before he had a chance to assassinate someone, just decided to go with the back quick melee. And also, when his team was pushing in so quickly, I think this immunity squad might be so good at regrouping because Ogre One, such a veteran player, he knows when to tell his team to slow everything down. I like how he's playing like that, and I wouldn't be surprised if his team's playing like that just because of his leadership.
And I love what Benno did. We weren't watching his point of view. He was taken down just now, but he did pull that flag when his team was sort of out of position, and he just ran it, sort of made players back off and waited for his team to catch up to him by using that pistol as sort of a denial type weapon.
And like we were talking about earlier, Euphorics, I just wanted to touch on it quickly. I think when players become skilled with the flagnum, they're going to be very good, and to the point where you would not want to run into a player with the flag because they probably will take you out in a 1v1. I think we might even see that as early as this weekend. Yeah,
especially once they know like the damage boost is there on that flagnum. And I think players with good shots, players we might even typically have thought of as slayers, we might see them picking up the flag more because their better shots allow them to take down like one-on-one scenarios.
Looks like Ogre One taken out there. Looks like he thought that shot was going to hit. I thought it looked good too. But also keep in mind that flag is a one-hit melee, as Western Wolves is now running in what looks to be the second flag.
Yeah. And as I'm looking at JC's screen, it looks like he is going to run this in uncontested there, and they go up 2-0.
And now Ogre One finding a little gift from the sky, kills himself, but does take out an enemy as the rockets fell for him. He uses both of those, but it's going to take a lot more than that. I think on a drift, because we've talked about it, it's so segmented, you can get 1 kill, 2 kills. It's not necessarily going to matter. It's going to depend entirely on the composition and the positioning of the enemy team and exactly where they are. If you get 2 kills around top middle, it doesn't guarantee a flag cap whatsoever.
Right. You still have to worry about those hallways and then the lifts as well, which the enemy team can use to get right into the base you're trying to cap that flag at. Players just passing up these storm rifles and plasma pistols. Who will be the brave soul?
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, go to those weapons.
I definitely agree with you. The storm rifle certainly has some use as well, along with the plasma pistol. They both can be used, and if you take advantage of them, they can do really well. Nice here, Benno. It looks like he might be able to take out 3 players. He wants to stay alive to buck 57. It looks like that was an accidental flag grab, but he's going to run with it as he tries to get that kill, but unfortunately is taken out.
Yeah, and I think on a map like this, I mean, I don't know. Players typically have the stigma against the assault rifles and full auto weapons, but in these tight corridors, I really think players could take advantage of like a storm rifle, just to shred shields and take out. Oh, Needler! Will we see a Needler pick up? It's worth it. Benno, do it.
He's doing it.
He's doing it.
All right, now we have Benno with the Needler here. We've talked about it a little bit. It does have a short clip, but I mean, he's dead. So right now we're not a chance. Super
and now Benno knows. And now he knows I'm going Needler.
Yeah, now he's got Needler, and he did drop the Needler already. He just had some fun with it. Tried it on.
It killed that guy, under a second flat, and you dropped it. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
these players are really sticking to the conventional DMR sniper rifle, not venturing off into the other weapons that have arguably been inferior in the other Halo games.
Right. And I hope we see that change. Especially again, these corridors make it very hard to outstrafe. As we see Heff now running the flag. Looks like he's going to be running it to top mid right now, but he is taken out.
And right there, it looks like Buck 20 might have been within range for a melee, but instead tries to go with the flag and nearly kills Benno, who is now around top middle. And one thing that I think